Welcome back to Leeds Lately. This video, of course, is going to be a reaction to Leeds United beating Sheffield United 2-0 at Elland Road in the Championship in the Yorkshire Derby. Easy for me to say. Before we get into it, though, make sure you go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button down below. Leeds United, of course, just won in this game. Before we get into that as well, new surroundings. I've moved house. So everything's a bit up in the air at the moment. So there is a bed in the background because we'll be renovating everything else. So that's why this looks different. I've moved house. Anyway, let's get on to the interesting stuff then, shall we? Leeds United played really, really well in this game. I think from the offset, Sheffield United were trying to play quite a high line. They were trying to play with Kiefer Moore as a target man, definitely. There was a definite tactic from Wilder to knock the ball long for flick-ons for Kiefer Moore, and it nearly worked once or twice because he was able to beat Rodon and Strauch. I think after a while, Rodon and Strauch in the air and on the ground were able to get to grips with Kiefer Moore. As well, Hamer, their other kind of danger man in midfield, whilst at times he was dictating play from midfield for Sheffield United, there was never really any moments where he threatened our goal either with an assist or a shot or a goal of his own. So I think we dealt well with that. In terms of positives from the way that we played as well, like I said, they were trying to, I think, play a little bit on the break. They knew they were coming away to Elland Road, which was always going to be a difficult game for them. So I think they tried to a little bit kind of not sit back because they played quite a high line, but they did try to break and play route one football a little bit when they did get the ball back. But I think that Leeds dealt with it well, and I think Leeds' tactic in this game, if you will, was that we dropped, certainly in the first half, dropped Tanaka between Rodon and Strauch. And I think what that allowed for was basically to have Leeds have a back three, and then you can go, okay, now Bogle and Firpo, you can go as high as you want and basically pin in the opposition so that their fullbacks can't get forward as much. I think it worked well in the first half. In the second half, we changed it again slightly, and I think you had what we usually see as Gruev's role of dropping into that kind of left-back situation, but a similar situation with the two fullbacks going forward, but Tanaka and Rothwell would alternate between who went and sat back in that kind of left-back role. So I think it was well thought out by Daniel Farke. I think in terms of the personnel who actually played in the game, I think nobody had a bad game. I think, well, of the starting 11, nobody had a bad game. I think everybody played pretty well in that. Look, Meslier, bit more confident, bit more kind of assured in his play. Coming back after that mistake can be very, very difficult doing that. So I think it was really good that he was able to come back and still perform. Then you had Bogle and Firpo, the fullbacks. We'll talk about them in sections. Bogle and Firpo, both good, going high up the pitch, defensively decent as well, being able to try to create overloads down the left and right hand side respectively. Thought they both played well. Strauch and Rodon, like I said earlier, they got to grips after a while with kind of Kiefer Moore's aerial presence and his physical presence as well. I thought they were quite good after a while of getting to grips with him. I then thought Tanaka got Sky Sports Man of the Match, but for me it's going to be somebody else, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. And Rothwell was the other one in midfield. I thought they were both brilliant. I thought they were both so good, so tenacious, so willing to make a tackle and then play the ball. Tanaka, I think, only gave the ball away once or twice in the entire game. Thought he was really good. Rothwell as well, really, really good. They were both all over the place, supporting the attack, supporting the defence, doing exactly what you want box to box midfielders, number 8s to be doing. So I thought they were both really, really good. Then we're going to talk about the attacking midfield trio, Aronson, Ramazani and Nonto. Look, all of them were good. I don't think any of them were fantastic. Ramazani carried the ball well, so did Nonto and so did Aronson. No one really made a proper dent in the game in terms of actually being able to create things. So they were good without being fantastic. My man of the match, though, was Joel Peru. Now, Joel Peru eventually got himself an assist, really good pass. But I thought he just looked so much sharper today, Joel Peru. I thought he looked so much sharper. When the ball came to him, a lot of the time it was first time pass round the corner. They were pretty much all accurate. Other times he would come back, help defend, go forward, try and get in the box again. Thought he was really, really good today. Didn't score a goal, but his all-round play was much, much improved. So I was pretty impressed with that. The other thing then we'll talk about is the goals. So the first goal, I mean, I can't believe I haven't mentioned this yet. Say it with me. Leeds United scored from a corner kick. Now, granted, it wasn't up in the air because Suter would have just headed that away because he's so big. But it was along the ground almost, and Strauch actually lost Suter in the crowd. Really good run from him. Went from the back post, ran through the crowd to lose Suter on purpose, ran curved run to the front post, and then half volleyed it into the top corner. Really, really good. A lot of the Sheffield United players were kind of stood motionless as it happened. Really, really good finish in the end from Pascal Strauch. And then, of course, we scored again at the end. Like I said, this was the goal from Mateo Joseph, but an assist by Joel Peru, who slotted the ball right into his path. I think, to be honest, Mateo Joseph was probably fouling the defender that was trying to track him. He had hold of his shirt the whole time, pulling it back. But nevertheless, as he fell, he slotted it in the bottom corner, put the game to bed in the 89th. 2-0. Really, really good all-round performance. In terms of the substitutes that came on, you had Solomon and Dan James. Dan James didn't have a massive impact on the game, but obviously he's quick, he's tenacious, he tries to get the ball. I thought Solomon was really poor. Every time he got the ball, pretty much. So let's say the first four times he got the ball, I think he tried too much. He tried to go past people. He just ended up giving the ball away straight away, like his first 3 or 4 times. So you can see everybody's getting a bit frustrated by it. And then after that, when he picked the ball up on the wing, he would literally just tap it back to the fullback and kind of go, right, I'm done with it now, as if he'd gone, oh no, I've messed up here. So I don't think he was very good at all, but Dan James didn't really have a chance to affect it, so he wasn't fantastic either. Bamford only came on right at the end, and then of course Byram did as well, just to stop Firpo from getting another yellow card. But look, all round, really, really good performance from Leeds, and it's really important that we did put in a good performance and that we did bounce back after that loss. It felt like a loss after that draw against Sunderland, where we I can't even think of what was the saying I said. We clutched draw from the jaws of victory. Something like that. But it was important that we bounced back after that game. It really was important that we came back, we played well, and we went ahead and won this game. And we've won it 2-0, which means we go up joint first, but actually now ahead of Sheffield United on goal difference as well. So we are in second place, joint first. So that's really good for us to have done that, and especially because it's against Sheffield United as well. They obviously can't gain any points this weekend now, so we will definitely be ahead of them no matter what happens around us. So yeah, look, I'm pretty happy with that. All in all, a very, very good performance. A great way to come back after the international break and on to the next one, I say. So, yeah, thanks for watching Leeds Lately. I'll see you in the next one. And, yeah, Leeds United scored from a corner kick. Can you believe it?